I have audio now, correct? Correct? Please tell me I have audio, because I just told a whole ass story. A minute, let me unmute the stream to see if I have audio. Because I have my... Yay, I have audio now, and I don't know who you are, person with Russian name, but I am glad you are here to witness my descent into madness. I can't pronounce the name, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell that story again because, I didn't have audio for it, and I think it's a slightly funny story. For those who don't know, I used to be in Sea Cadets. And, one summer, I was a staff cadet at another camp. And, basically, I was just replacing some dude who smoked weed in the mess hall, which is a federal building, because you're on federal land, because the camp took place on, like, a military base that they cleared out for the summer for us to be fucking morons for 8 weeks. And basically, so one of the things that my division, or my platoon, because I was doing this at an Army cadet camp and not a Sea Cadet camp, so they called them platoons, but that sounds dumb, so I'm gonna call it a division for the motherland. They liked to do this thing where they would blast The Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang and do the dance from the music video in division. They all did it at the same time. They were all in perfect sync, which is scarily impressive. And me and my coworker would get in shit for it because we were supposed to stop them from doing stuff like this, and here they are just like doing that. And now that synth line, that awful, awful synth line, that sounds like it was made by an iguana farting in a bathtub. It haunts my dreams. And that wasn't the only incident we had with them. The kids in the division were assholes. They liked to make me and my coworkers' lives difficult. And one of the ways they did this was, we have these things called cadence calls when we're marching around, and that just helps you stay on time, because you're supposed to all be walking in sync on time. Or marching, that is. And basically, one of the ones they came up was, I left my wife, I left my kids, I left the woman I used to fuck, I left. And, like, whenever you said left, you would go down with your left foot. And we kept telling them, it's like, hey, this is really inappropriate. You're going to get we're gonna get in so much shit. You shouldn't be doing this. And they kept doing it. So me and my coworkers kept getting in shit for it. Because we couldn't control this mass of just a 14-year-old shitlords. Basically, I got paid $60 a day for an entire summer. No, it was $70 a day because they upped our pay because turnover was really high. That's another story. To get bullied by a bunch of 14-year-olds and try to control them. And I was only there for 3 weeks because, like I said, I was replacing Weed Guy, who, as mentioned before, smoked weed in the mess hall around actual military officers. In the Canadian military. How big is the... Okay, that 30 will be too small. It should be 60. So for those of you who don't know what I'm doing, which we did sea shanties, but not when we were marching. That was always during the Sea Cadet camps, which is the ones I went to as a course cadet, meaning I wasn't in charge of anyone. And whenever we were on the whalers, because they taught us how to sail and drive motorboats using these like old ass whaling boats that weren't used anymore. And we would do sea shanties in those, or in this, or if we were all just kind of vibing on the PCT with nothing to do, we would occasionally pop out a sea shanty, but never on the bridge. When we were doing when I was doing this one course, we were shipped out to British Columbia, and we got to spend 5 days at sea on a PCT Orca, which is a training craft used by the Royal Canadian Navy. And someone tried to sing a sea shanty on the bridge, and they got in a ton of shit because the radios were on. So everyone who was listening to that radio signal, so presumably quite a few other ships, got to hear that bullshit. And you can get fined for that. Because if you have, like, superfluous broadcasts, or if you're broadcasting audio on the radio needlessly and clogging up the airwaves, you can get a pretty big fine of up to, like, $10,000. And I think you get that fine from the Coast Guard, because they're the ones who run that the radio. But, no, Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang is not a sea shanty. It's just not. Okay, I'm gonna explain what I'm doing now, because I know that at least one, if only it was! Okay, I know at least one of you, out of the 2 people in stream, does not know what I'm doing, and basically I'm configuring an English voice bank for Utao, because reasons, and I'm just gonna explain the UI. So up here is, like, the actual file name. So right now I'm Otoing Snall, and then up here is the alias I'll use to call this up by, that alias being Olsen. And then this bit here is the suffix, which is F4, which is the pitch this is recorded at, and _S, which is for the soft expression. So it's like, so if I called this up in Utao with the prefix map loaded, and I punch in _S, it'll default to this pitch if it's around the F4 area. This is way oversimplifying it, but my brain's small. So we're working with what we can get. Oh, I should probably... Does it change? I probably shouldn't. I should probably drink this because, is a diphthong, which means it's terrible to Oto because it changes halfway through. Pain. Pain and suffering. Damn it, why are the values on those so big? God. One special thing about this Poggers. What is Pogworthy, my friend? What has you pogging on this day? This would be spam. If you're wondering why these are represented with funny symbols, it's because English is a fucking mess. So, like, in English, the vowels ah, a, and are all kind of represented with the letter A, which is not good if you're trying to work with pure phonetics, like with Utao. So we had to there's the creator of the rec list has to come up with a system for showing differentiating between different ways of saying the thing and all that shit. So it just lets you read things out phonetically so that you don't fuck it up. Why the fuck are the values on these so high? This base Oto is annoying right now because I have to go in and just edit the shit out of it. So right here, I'm just kind of isolating, like, getting this starting spore, or spo, set up. And then after that, it's this spo, where, it comes after a vowel. So this would be, like, in the middle of a sentence, you would use this one, whereas this one over here you'd use for the beginning. And then this is a CC, which you just use for something like if the previous word ended in a vowel. So if it's like your spork, you could use ersp to have that vowel transition. That consonant transition, I mean. Basically, these Otos are big and hard. And a pain in the ass. But it's worth it because the result from these is really clear. Painted CZ, who made this rec list, and base Oto is a Utao god as far as I am concerned. They are a deity. But yeah, feel free to like ask me questions or whatever. I need to stay sane while I do this. That's just probably not everyone. Who is the new person in the stream? Who goes there? Where the fuck is the P? Okay, so it's right here. This is sp. I don't want any of the vowel in here, so I have to shrink this. And then, yay, no vowel. And then for this one, you do want the vowel in there. So this would be like a VCC. It is a VCC. What'd you name your synth? The synth program itself is named Utao, but the voice bank and character, I did not make the synth program. The synth program is its own standalone thing made by Amea Ayame, who kind of dipped. They went to the store. They left, so the program hasn't received an update in 7 fucking years. But the character, her name is Arachne. My character, like the character from my voice bank, the one I made, the part of this I made. And I named this bank Tarantula. Originally, Tarantula was supposed to be the name of, like, a Screamo append, but then I remembered that I can't fucking do Screamo. And I had been talking about making a large multi-pitch English bank, like the one you're watching me, Oto, for a while, and a friend of mine, Moonfighter, he suggested the name Tarantula, and I was like, yeah, that could be a fun, cheeky reference to how fucking massive this file is gonna be. This bank is gonna be. Because, I mean, right now, with 2 out of the 3 pitches recorded, and this isn't even counting the extras that I'm probably gonna add on in after I record all of the main samples. Right now it's sitting at about 800 megabytes for 2 pitches, and I'm planning anywhere from 5 to 6. So this thing's probably gonna be like 2 gigabytes, maybe 2.5 when it's done. She's gonna break someone's computer with her file size, I swear. She's gonna be fucking massive in terms of file size. Big arachnid, yes. Large arachnid, thick. It's got a thick file size. For some reason, I've discovered that I'm actually pretty decent at making VPs, which has resulted in all of my Utao friends kind of going slightly insane when it comes to making their voice banks. One of my friends, she actually released an update to her Utao today. Yeah, 2.5 to 3 gigabytes is a fucking lot. It is. Dummy thick, indeed. Dummy thick. I mean, 5 to 6 pitches of VCCV is also a lot, so... It's like 3... But I think I accidentally made her Foxilla, slightly insane. Because she was talking about how she's like, oh, I don't want to do multi-pitch, and then Arachne comes out, and then Foxilla's just, oh my god, multi-pitch really does make a bank so much better. And now her most recent bank is a bi-pitch, and she's working on a quad pitch for her other Lloyds. And she's considering and she said she'd consider recording VCCV again, but I don't think she'd ever consider Otoing it again, because when she tried last time, it was a disaster. Not her fault, though. It's a very tough bank type to Oto. It's really hard if you don't know what you're doing. Because, I mean, look at all this bullshit. This is only one of the 10 folders. I already Otoed the largest folder, the CVC folder, off screen. But, I mean, this folder alone, which only has, like, about, I'd say, a little under a quarter, maybe a fifth of all the lines. 720 lines. The entire bank type in its entirety has about 4,200 Oto lines total. In terms of comparison to VCV Japanese, one pitch of VCV Japanese with all of the extras that I do is only 1,230 lines. So, a quarter of, about a little over a quarter of the size of a VCCV English. So in other words, big, dummy thick. Even if you only go for a mono pitch, it's gonna be dummy thick. There we go. That's what I want it to do. Any other questions from chat or anything? I'm mostly doing this to maintain my sanity because Otoing is mind-numbingly boring. And I'm told that I'm slightly entertaining. Half the shit I say in these streams would probably make a pretty funny out of context compilation. We also had, I streamed some Minecraft last night, and it resulted in me borderline crying because I was scared of an Enderman. It's like, I don't like the purple man. Which is objectively pretty funny, especially out of context. No, it's still too big. It's not gonna fit. Nah, if it doesn't fit now, I'm gonna be angry. Oh, Here it is. Here's my boy. You're scared of tall men as a man. In my defense, he's 3 meters tall. I don't know anyone who wouldn't be intimidated by someone who is 3 meters tall. And purple. And with the ability to teleport. The teleportation is the scariest part. Because I looked at it on accident and then it got angry, so I put down some water and it kind of fucked off. So I assumed, oh, it's fucked off. It's probably dead. Nope. As soon as I let my guard down, it comes back. I'm scared of Otoing Arpacing. Me too. Arpacing is awful. I'm sizist? The ironic emojis tie that message together. Ironic emoji use is great, and Arpacing is not. Arpacing is shit. I hate it. I refuse to use it. Recording it is a dream. Like, it's just words. That's great. But then you run into that issue where it's really messy, and you're missing a ton of sounds, and you have the issue where you have to be particular about pronunciation if you want something that's anywhere close to phonetically consistent. And you have the Oto, which is just from the depths of hell, because it's awful. In part because Arpacing is just recorded weirdly, because it's a word-based rec list. And then you have the issue that you have to use more sampler to get a bass Oto, and more sampler is complete dog shit at Otoing. It can barely do it. I am cancelled. Yes, I'm cancelled for being sizist and being scared of 3 meter tall men who can teleport. Recording is easy, but the Otoing and use in Utao is hellish. I agree with you, my dude. It is hellish. Hell on earth. I would rather drink like a gallon of milk that has gone so bad that it's chunky than to Oto Arpacing. I'm being 100% serious. I would rather sacrifice my health and drink that disgusting chunky milk than Oto Arpacing. And I mean, okay, more sampler is good as a resampler, but for Otos it's terrible. It can't barely alias things right. It's half the time it's on the wrong syllable in the Oto, and it doesn't let you select your parameters, so half the time the parameters it selects for you are completely wrong. You've seriously blow chunks of spoiled milk than touch a software, yes. I would rather do that than Oto Arpacing. It's not even touching a software. Otoing is basically... Oh, the CVCCB, so Oto is awful. But, Otoing is basically like coding. It's a lot like coding. Because, actually, let me show you what the, Oto.ini file looks like. This is just it opened up in a program called SetParam, which is a, third-party Oto editor. Let me show you what an actual Oto looks like in its plain form, because it's actually a text document. I'm going to show you Arachnes. This is for a Japanese bank, but it should give you an idea. This is what it looks like. This is basically... I'm basically editing this, but for an English bank. This is for Japanese. You can actually see the, something a bit more accurate to it here, where you can see what all of the, things are. So, like, oh, you got all this, and you have to... It's like coding. It's kind of like coding. Because this is you telling the, the resampler what parts of the sound to use for what. And the thing about show us your homework folder. The homework folder is literally just HTML files. I'm not even joking. Yeah, this is the boyfriend Jinriki I got yesterday, by the way. And this is literally just HTML files. Oh, shit. Chat went out for a second. I 503'd. I mean, overclocked. If you've ever used painful software, you'd know what I mean. Try using Dreamweaver or GIMP. I hate GIMP. I'm sorry. I have it. I tried it and I hated it. A few steps away from fabricating a robotic dude. Nah, I just want to use the boyfriend from Friday Night Funkin' for shit posting. My intentions are pure. I just want to shit post. I just want to force him to sing Never Gonna Give You Up against his will. I had to use GIMP in like 7th grade. Tried to use GIMP, kneecapped myself. See? Otoing ARPA Sing is like attempting to use GIMP. Everyone says it's great, but it's really not, and you should avoid it. It's literally easier to just pirate Photoshop than to crop a photo in GIMP. I'll stick with MS Paint, baby. I've just been using Photopea, but I've been considering just giving up and giving in and pirating Photoshop. I mean, I've already pirated Premiere Pro. Why stop there? I have to keep an eye on the time because around at 3 I'm gonna have to get up and go take some shrimp out of the freezer, and then at 4 I'm gonna start making dinner because I'm making shrimp scampi for dinner. And then it's then we are all gonna watch the Super Bowl and collectively have see you in. Don't tell the feds. I'll see you in prison. Hell yeah. We'll get to be like that meme of people just sitting on a bench. It's, what did you do? I pirated Adobe Premiere Pro. I pirated a college textbook. That kind of thing. I pirated Letterkenny the complete series. That is my crime. That's why I'm in jail. That's why I'm in federal prison. If I wanna, a friend and I, we're in the process of starting up a YouTube channel where we basically are a spiritual successor to Addicted to Heroines, in his series of, Vocaloid history videos. Oh shit. That's not good. And, part of it is I suggested a series where we try to use, like, different Vocaloids and engines. The problem is the Vocaloid fandom is very anti-piracy, and then for some of the engines, we'd be forced to pirate because they don't sell those anymore. So if you want to use Vocaloid 1, you have to pirate it. They do not sell it anywhere anymore. They don't even redeem codes anymore if you do have a legal copy somehow. So, I'm gonna get canceled, guys. I'm gonna get sent to, Weeb prison, which is just the Vocaloid wiki blacklist. Weeaboo prison. Yeah, Pokaloid. If I want to use V1, I have to do Pokaloid. Hell, if I want to use a lot of V2, I'm gonna have to use Pokaloid because a lot of V2 banks are out of print and never got an update. Yes, the Vocaloid blacklist. Bye-bye. That's basically exactly how the wiki mods talk too. It's the worst part. They do have that they have that air about them, especially Angel. She will write a goddamn essay on why she thinks that Rin and Len Act 1 are superior, or which is the correct opinion. But she's also written a full-on essay about why Ito has a terrible Vocaloid because her voice provider was a man. Okay, sis. It's not. Yes, shitposting is your calling. It is. Ironic. You have a talent with ironic emoji use that I have seen in no other person. It's scary how good you are at ironic emoji use. I don't want that. I don't want that vowel in the recording. Oh god. That's not good. This one should be easy to do since I just need to cut this off and stick the red line here. Let's drop it to 40. There we go. It's perfect. Then, if this brings in... Okay, it just misses bringing in that consonant. Thank fucking god. I hate having to go into the spreadsheet to edit. I really do. Also, why this so aspirated, though? Is Otoing VCCV hard? It depends. I have a pretty easy time with most of the list, but the CCs, the consonant clusters are fucking terrible. Luckily, there's only like 200 of them to Oto. Maybe a little more, maybe 300. But other than that, in my experience, VCCV is pretty easy to Oto. The diphthongs are just kind of annoying. But it's not overly difficult like people make it out to be. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna be able to get it. I'm half 62-year-old Facebook grandma, I can tell. God, like, I half expect you to just go internet comment etiquette in on this bitch, set up, like, a fake Facebook profile where you pretend to be a 62-year-old Facebook grandma and you just shit post like there's no tomorrow. Which, I mean, because I'm recording a VCCV with extra sounds. VCCV comes with a bass Oto, which is what I'm using, which makes things way easier. But if you don't have a bass Oto for those extra sounds, you might have a bit of a shit time with it. Right now I'm just focusing on the core rec list for all pitches and expressions, and then after that I'll decide if I want to do extra sounds like trilled R's and glottal stops and vocal fry. Actually, I think I have a small list of English extras. Yeah, I have the ones for, this would be L as a vowel, N as a vowel, glottal stops, N breaths, beginning exhale, vocal fry, and a completed VV, so with every vowel transition. Yeah, this is the NP extras list, but I'm only going to be using the ones with the bass Oto because I'm a piece of shit. Wish the vocal fry had bass Oto. It's only 44. It's only 44 Oto lines, and it's 2 for each one. This would be hell to record, though, because I can only do a starting fry. I can't do an ending fry without it sounding like a hentai noise. It's awful. It sounds questionable. can only do beginning vocal fry, or else it's, otherwise it just is very questionable sounding. Which I do not want. Oh. Thank for the praise, my friend. Inked. I can, you can probably hear it in my voice that I have, like, I fry naturally. Like, when my voice goes all down and creaky, that is vocal fry. I can only force myself to do it on starting vowels, though, so like, but I can't go ending. I can't do an ending fry, or else, like I said, it sounds like a hentai noise, which I don't want. It sounds awful. Vocal fry tends to come easier to younger women because they've noticed that's a linguistic trend for younger women to dip into their vocal fry register a lot. A lot. My pronunciation is weird today. But if you're not a part of that group and you don't already fry naturally a lot, it can be pretty difficult to force yourself to do it. I also have a fun time with the base rec list because, fun fact, Canadian English doesn't distinguish between and or aw. Those are the same sound. So, in VCCV, those are considered different, separate sounds, ah and aw. And I didn't want to force myself to the second one because when I do, it sounds really unnatural and ugly, so now I have... So all of the 9 samples literally just sound exactly like the lowercase a samples. I'm not even fucking joking. Let me show you. So like this is... let's go into the D4 folder. It should be up here. Yep, so this is, the 9. Don't mind the echo, I was recording in a, larger room. It doesn't have too much of an echo in Utao. Thank fucking God. Literally the same pronunciation. It sounds exactly the same. Which will be fun for someone who's trying to avoid the cot-cot merger, and then they realize, oh shit, it's a Canadian, so they just do that. So I'm probably gonna have to add, like, a software note saying, hey, asshole. The bank's 9 and 8 samples sound exactly the same because the voice provider has an accent that literally doesn't differentiate between those two sounds. Please don't email her about this. The voice provider being me. Which would be funny because I also manage the website and config. I do everything except the illustrations on my own because I can't draw to save my life. Yeet. So this would be anked. Tank to tank. Some of these were really hard to record because I couldn't stop laughing. Like, one of the samples is pronounced wank, wo wank, and I could not stop losing my shit laughing. Poo, poop, coop also made me lose it laughing. I actually think I have, recordings of me where I lost my shit laughing. Yeah, here they are. Recording English is fun, kids. That wasn't for this pitch, though. For this pitch, I didn't have that issue where I kept fucking laughing halfway through recordings. That was the D4 pitch, which is fully configured and ready to go whenever I need it. Which is always. Because it sounds good. If I can finish this Oto on stream, this may actually evolve into a tuning stream, because I need to make them the Valentine's Day cover, and I want to do Run Away With Me by Carly Rae Jepsen, because I'm a piece of shit. That also means I'm gonna have to, actually though it would turn into a USTing stream, because I don't have a UST. I have a MIDI. So I'm gonna have to actually go in and edit the MIDI as well. Which will be very fun, because I'm probably going to do that in either FL or Synth V. Because both of those are good for editing, but Synth V is a bit better if you're doing it in the context of a voice synth doing the thing. This would be Earth. Let's bump that down to 50, 25. God damn it. Keeps doing that. Because the pre-utterance values are fucking massive. Yeah, fun fact about VCCV, for, if you guys are Otoing it, I'm specifically Biggity Boy, since I know you're recording a bank, overlap is always half of the pre-utterance. Never more, never less. Don't worry about where it is, just make sure it is half the numerical value of the pre-utterance, or else the envelopes are going to fuck up so hard. So this sample is thing the thing. And it goes there. And that comes in. That goes here. I think I'll be able to finish this folder on stream. Hopefully I'll be able to finish like a CV or the underscore CV folder too. That would be useful. I need to shrink this a bit. Let's try 100. 50. This is nth, so this goes here. Ounth. Okay. This is thal. Shrink that a bit so that it's looping something a bit more consistent. This can go here, there, there. And after a bit, you kind of just get used to where everything goes. Please, chat, I need someone to talk to or else I'm gonna go insane. Chat. Are you with me, chat? I'm gonna close the stream on my phone and reopen it to see if chat is... Okay, you're still here. Cool. I require chat to talk to me in order to be entertaining and also in order to keep sane. I don't know why. It's my weakness as a streamer. As streaming because I have, like, no one watches these for obvious. Very few people watch these because I'm not, like, some large creator. But I also rely on chat to not completely lose it. Which is always a fun dynamic. And 50. Overlap. It goes... I'm gonna stick that here. 120 samples left in this folder, and then we move on to one of the others. And I might actually have to record. Because... I said this earlier, but I don't know if you guys caught it. I recently moved some of my Otoing stuff to a different hard drive on my computer, because I have two hard drives. I have a 500 gigabyte SSD and a 1 terabyte HDD, and I moved a good chunk of my Otoing stuff to the HDD. Oh shit, that's way too small. And as a part of the move, one of my WAV files accidentally got deleted. Everything else was fine, but one of the WAV files in this bank got deleted in the process. And I moved it back to the C drive because I realized it would be easier to access on the C drive, and I'm probably just gonna move this back to my the HDD, the D drive, when this is done. Wait. It's gonna be 70. And then this can be 35. And then, boom. How many folders have you finished Otoing? I think 2. And there's 10 in total, but I finished the big one, which is the CVCVC, and this is the CVCCV, so that's the 2 biggest folders in the entire thing. Together, those 2 make up like half the Oto. Half the config file. God, this is gonna be tiny. 40, 20. There we go. And this can just pop in there. Ving. So this is Ving va Ving. This is all stable, so it can loop that. Actually, this should be back here. That shouldn't be there, so I'm going to shrink this to 70. And, oh shit, 35. There we go. That's perfect, actually. This is pretty easy. This goes here. This goes here again, but this time it has the vowel included, so I have to check and make sure. That's gonna need to shrink. Soon enough, I should be able to consolidate all of the Otos into one big Oto file, and then just do these folders by pitch. Instead of by Oto type. Wait, is this a multi-pitch or a mono-pitch? This is a multi-pitch, multi-expression bank. as evidenced by the suffix up here, F4S. F4 is the pitch that this is recorded at, and _S is me saying that, hey, this is the soft expression in the bank because I'm doing a multi-expression bank as well because I'm extra as fuck. If I can't be accurate, I'm gonna be extra. And the planned amount of pitches is 5 or 6. That 6th pitch fully depends on whether or not I'm able to hit A4 in a strong tone. What's this? Fuck. This one confuzzles me. This specific line is confounding me. Hopefully this doesn't sound like shit. Oh, we're less than 100 lines out from completing this folder. Hell yeah. Gonna need to shrink this dude. It's Saturday, right? No, it's Sunday. I might watch some Top Gear with some friends later. We shall see. Because it depends on whether the game gets boring. And I like making fun of football with my friends. Because football is kind of a dumb sport. I would normally watch for the commercials, but I have a feeling that half the commercials are just gonna be shit like, in these unprecedented times. And I will go insane if I hear that phrase again. This is wown, so the w is right here. This is the ah and ow. Dying inside, and that's okay. Thing that annoys me about VCCV is that the diphthongs are so fucking massive in this list. Like, they don't the list does not take into account that when you're dealing with the diphthong. So you get this really fun thing where you have to shrink the right blank by a ton. Or else you get looping glitches. Let's try 30 and 15. There we go. I'll be back. I'm gonna go take the shrimp out of the freezer. I shall return to stream. I'll only be like a minute or two. I'm back. It's thawing now, and shrimps are tiny, so it'll probably only take like an hour to thaw tops. And then I can stick that in pasta with some garlic and butter and celery leaves. I picked that trick up from Adam Ragusia that you stick celery leaves in shrimp scampi, and then it tastes really good. Wow, I went really hard for the K here. That's actually not too bad. The stream will probably only be 2 hours, so I'm probably gonna stop streaming at 4. Oh, I did not want that. My cat wants into the room. The other cat's just chilling out on my mattress, on my bed, but the other one, George, he wants in, so I'm gonna let him in. You were sticking your paw under the door, weren't you, buddy? Do you want to sit on my lap while I Oto? You can take a nap. And then purr into my microphone or whatever it is you do today. You puked in the hallway earlier, didn't ya? Yes, you did. I heard Mom find the pile of vomit. And Sarah's been in my room all day, so it couldn't have been her. That was you. That was all you, buddy boy. There, My cat is now in my lap. He's rubbing his face against my laptop. No. You can't eat my headphone wires. They are not food. I wish they were, though. Oh. I'll give you some treats later, okay? But I'm gonna try and pet you while I Oto. He's being very demanding for affection. He's always been a very demanding cat when it comes to that. He wants affection all the time. Isn't that right, buddy? Hi. He's just being a little gremlin right now. I love him. He is my boy. Yeah, I heard Mom find your puke in the hallway earlier. Great way to start off cuddling my cat. Right now he's walking in circles in my lap and rubbing his head up against my chest. Oh, do you want down? Okay. Are you ever gonna plan another language voice bank except for anything other than Japanese and English? Yes, actually. I'm fluent in French. I have been for about a decade and a half. So a French voice bank is definitely going to be coming down the pipeline after English. And I'm also considering doing Korean. But I might hold off until I'm done with a super secret project, Reckless project, that I'm going to be working on as soon as English is done. And probably during a good chunk of my March break as well, even if English isn't done by then, which is quite likely. Georgie. Come here. And just take a nap. You're so fluffy. He's a very fluffy boy, and he stuck when he was on my lap earlier and I was talking to him. He stuck part of his tail up my nose. And he has a very bushy tail. It's very fluffy. So that was fun. No. That's not yours. Shouldn't be playing with that, buddy. Here, have a sock. He loves playing with balled up socks. So I'm gonna give him a balled up sock to entertain himself with. Hey, buddy, look. He's not convinced. But yeah, French voice bank coming down the pipeline, as well as a super secret Reckless project that I will reveal when it's ready. But that rec list, if it turns out well, it will be fucking revolutionary. I don't expect people to use that rec list much, though, because standards in the community have been very set ever since VCCV came out. Yeah, it's, and then when it comes to the space that this rec list is in, which is multi-lang, the options that are available aren't great, and the banks can be a little tough to use, which can lead to issues, because the thing about Blue Moon, the thing I like about it is that it's incredibly fucking efficient. It's like 200 or so recordings, but it's missing a lot of sounds, and it's hard to use. And then there's VCVE, which has the exact opposite problem, which is, it sounds amazing. Absolutely fantastic. But it is so goddamn bloated. Plus, the aliasing systems for both of them kind of suck. I don't like CBC's aliasing system for English, which is the one VCVE uses, because it's a sister style. And I don't like the aliasing style that Blue Moon uses either. I heavily prefer VCCV English aliasing over literally every other aliasing system for English, including Xsampa and ARPABET, which are which is VCV Extended is not just VCV English. It is a multi-lang bank type. It uses a multilingual rec list, which includes samples for language. It includes fucking click samples for African click languages. You can't tell me that that's not multilingual. It's not just VCV English. It is so much more. It's 10,000 Oto lines. It's massive. And it has full complete support for Japanese, English, Tagalog, and Spanish. And it also has very good support for Korean. Because the thing about VCVE is that it's not VCV English, it's VCV Extended. So it's basically, what if VCV Japanese was multi-lang, and it also had CBC English in it? And it's like 1,200 audio samples and 10,000 Oto lines. Do you want back out of the room, buddy? Here, I'll let you back out. My other cat's just chilling out, sleeping. I have a DM. I'm gonna go check that on my PC. I'm just dying on the inside. Don't mind me. Recording this was such a pain in the ass though, because I didn't know this at the time, but I was doing falsetto. So it's a little tough on my vocal cords. Just a little bit. Do you already want back in? You can see your paws under the door, buddy. What is it? Do you want to just take a nap with your sister? Because, I mean, she's over there and she's vibing. She's been sleeping for like the past few hours. She's a very happy kitty. Or you just kind of want to sit there and stare at me like I've killed your entire family. Aw. You want cuddles. My boy, he wants cuddles. How can I blame him? I'm almost done this folder, but there's still like 7 other folders. Luckily, all of those are pretty small. The hardest one is definitely the CC Dash and VCC folders. Yeah, you look like a happy boy. My cat is so adorable. He and his sister, Sarah, she's taking a nap on my bed. She's my other cat. These two give me so much serotonin. I love them. They're getting kind of old though, which is sad, but I mean, they're indoor cats, so it's pretty probable they'll live until I'm like 30 and they're 20. Because they turn 11 in March, and I think these two could maybe live to 22. Oh shit, that is cursed image. If I decide to do the CV folder, I'm gonna actually have to record a sample on stream. Because I'm missing the sample stow. Because like I said, my hard drive fucked up. And it only fucked up that single file. Everything else is perfectly fine. But that one file screwed up. And got deleted. You angry about something, Georgie? You're swiping your tail around. He only does that when he's, like, annoyed or agitated or excited about something. But I mean, he seems pretty relaxed and chilled out. Yeah, you look pretty happy. He's my little boy. I love him. Do you want me to uncross my legs? Is that easier for you? Okay. He was starting to dig his claws into my thigh. As you can tell, I love my cats very much. Hmm. 23 of these left. Yay! And then it's the next folder. And then the next one. I should plug this in. Let me grab my charger. It's literally just on the other side of the room. I forgot what side the charge port was on. Because I am a dum-dum. There it is. Now it's plugged in. Do you want out again? I'll leave the door slightly open for you, buddy. I love my cats. I love them so much. They're both such big babies. Oh. suppose because I'm probably gonna be able to get it. I should check to make sure this doesn't... Okay, we good. All is well. This is Jing, I think. Alright. 10 left in the folder. Yay! And there's the next one. This one's Zhaon. Zhaon. I'm probably gonna do the CV folder next because it's really fucking easy. Gonna have to record a sample on stream for that, so prepare your earballs for my voice, because while it's not bad, it's not good. Hello again, George. This is the third time you have entered my room in the past 10 minutes. You are very indecisive today. He's indecisive. He can't decide. I think he's gonna go take a nap on the bed with his sister. He's walked over to the side of the bed she's sleeping on, and he's staring up at her. Yep, he's jumped up onto the bed, and he's curling up beside her. That is so adorable. Kitty's napping. My kitties are napping together. He has finally decided I can no longer make that Sean Kingston joke. That song is so fucking awful. Good for shit posts, though. Very good for shit posts. Get over here. Thank you. Yeet. This is Unksh. Inkja. That should be bigger. Perfect. Hopefully. Yep, I'm gonna have to shrink it. Let's make this 300 and this 150. Oh, we're done. We're done this folder. Hell yeah. Yes. And if I remember correctly, I forgot I don't have stow, so we're going to record that right fucking now. Yep. So, Spo. Stow. Let's hope I got the pitch. See. Advanced settings. Yes. And I want an F4. Perfect. Hell yeah. Okay, now I am ready to Oto the CVs, which are very easy to Oto, which is why I'm doing them now. Load. Yes. Let's open this fucking thing. Let's go. It's about the same size as this folder, but it's so brain dead easy that it feels like 20 lines. I mean, look at this. Boom. Boom. Add would be that. It's so easy. So this is dir. Duh. Should probably go back up. I probably fucked up the one of these. Can't remember which one. This one. That too. All right. This one is Dow. I only want the and ow. So this is just gonna take that, and this is only gonna take that. Oh no, wait. This is gonna take that. Heat this back. Bring the right blank forward. Boom. DAW. This is blending DAW. This needs to come in. That's odd. And that's DAW because I pronounce these the same because I have stupid maple syrup accent. Seriously, if someone made like a separate VCCV rec list for English, Canadian English that is, probably the only changes would just be that they merge lowercase a and 9, and then they just make 2 lines for it, one with lowercase a and one with 9 in the Oto, so that it can make it compatible with American English USTs. That would probably be the only difference. Because otherwise, Canadian English and American English sound exactly the fucking same. That and, the 9a lowercase a thing being the same phoneme is actually a feature of a lot of Midwestern US accents too. So it's not just a Canadian thing. Scottish English too. Scottish English also does that. In case you're wondering how I know this, I actually googled the cot merger because I was having so much trouble and I just wanted to see if this was like something. And I wanted to try and figure out how to pronounce the 9, and I then decided not to because I was like, you know what, screw it, I want my voice bank to have my accent, but I ended up learning a lot about the specific linguistic phenomenon, which was really fun. And helpful, because a lot of the people in my server who want to make English VBs have an accent that's very similar, almost the same as mine. Ace has an accent that's almost identical to mine. And I think Rita's is pretty close. But I don't think she is the cot merger, though, because, Melody and Rizumu, those are the Utaoshi voices, their 9 and a, lowercase a, both sound distinct from each other, whereas Arachne's doesn't, because she has because I have the merger and she has the merger as a result. Canadian stuff! Yay! Looks like English is full of just weird quirks. Diphthongs are also fun to Oto. Not to Oto, but to record and think about, because it's literally just a fun vowel that changes partway through. And watch me blast through this Oto compared to my snail speed on the last one. This is an example of a diphthong. As you can see, the vowel here looks one way, but then it changes. So this is die, and I is ah and e, I. So you kind of, they're smushed together. So I. I'm doing the vocal fry thing again, aren't I? This is soft D's. This is ood. This is do. Do is also O is also a diphthong. So you see how it's over here it's O, then over here it's O. O in English is a diphthong. O and O are different. I learned that while recording Japanese. Because I kept fucking it up, and it was like, oh, why does it sound weird? It's because I was doing an English O and not Japanese O. Another one, I guess we're in Diphthong Alley right now. This is oi. So over here you can see the O, and over here is the E. Oi. Is everyone still in live chat, or? This is duh. Luckily for me, duh is not a diphthong, so I don't gotta worry about it changing partway through too much. I just need to make sure that the tone here is consistent. This is ha, ah. My cats look so cute and happy right now. Georgie's cleaning himself. He's licking himself. His toes. His stupid jelly bean toes that I love dearly because they're so stupid cute. This is her. This one so far has only needed very minor adjustments, which I'm very happy with. Because I don't like having to open that fucking spreadsheet. Looks like I had some vibrato going on here, but oh no, my pitch is consistent, so it looks like it was a volume issue. Let's hear it. Okay, that sounds fine. This would be how, so this is the ah and ow. And I think this. And I pull this in. And then ow. I'm probably gonna Oto while I watch the Super Bowl so that I can hopefully finish this and start working on that Carly Rae Jepsen cover, which I will probably live stream the entire creation of, from parsing to tuning to middying to mixing everything. Except for the PV, I might not do that, just because live streaming while working in Premiere Pro would probably make my computer explode. It would just blow up. And then that would mean no more Arachne English, because I'd have lost 2 gigabytes, a gigabyte worth of files and so many hours of dealing with a fucking Octo that I wouldn't want to re-record in Ryoto. Because I'm a lazy bitch. Clearly not lazy enough that I don't want to do this, but I think this is more so from me being like, you know what, let's just make the best bank we can first time around so that I don't have to go back and improve it unless I get like a new mic or something. This is just Oh, this one doesn't need Otoing because the aliases are missing, so this is just for E. He. This one was, the double H's were weird for me to record. They were so weird for me to record, because I know that it's the difference between house and hue, and the it's a bit more pronounced. It's more like a hiss. It still fucked me up. This is here. So yeah. Kya. I don't think kya is an actual sample in the bank. Here. Here. I'm not gonna lie, I actually do really like that tone. It's pretty. Whoever recorded this did such a good job. I fucked up recording so many times. You guys have no idea how much I fucked up pronunciation on some of these. It's even funnier because I'm like a native English speaker, so this should, in theory, be easy as hell for me. And it is to an extent, but sometimes forcing myself to do phonemes that didn't know exist in the past is a little weird. I'm really blasting through this Oto. I'm already about a 6th of the way done. 7th of the way done, actually. This is A. Yeah. More yeah. How's everyone in chat doing? How are all of you? How are your lives? Why do I still got a notification? It's a friend request. I'll go deal with that on my phone. Alright. This would be here. Using the Y is right there. Same thing. This right blank needs to come in, or else it's gonna sound awful when it's looped. Here. Hi. So the Y would be like right here, I assume. Might dye my hair later. I have some turquoise hair dye. I haven't dyed my hair in weeks, so my hair's just faded to the seaweed, to this kind of faded green. I'm just slowly going insane, you know? Everything is pain, and my only guides in this world are, just abstract causality and pain. As is the way of Otoing any English voice bank. These are your guides. The I see the waveform and spectrum changes a bit around here, so that's where I'm gonna move in the right blank. This will sound... This needs to shrink a bit. Actually, I think the Y starts here. There's not much vowel here anyways. I don't even think that's vowel. I think the vowel ended like right there. So I think I'm good. This just needs to yeet its ass up here so I can avoid a looping glitch. And then this can go here. English is weird. That was me. I know this is random, but I'm still waiting for 2021 option on Utao Wiki. Utao Wiki 2.0 does not allow for 2021 release dates on WIP Utaos. So, you're gonna have to switch it to a, normal Utao, I think. I don't know. You can actually tweet at Mystifer about that, because she's an admin on the, Vocaloid, on the, Utao Wiki. And she's really nice. She helped me when I was having an issue where I couldn't set my release date on my WIP Utao to, for Arachne, when she was still in beta, to 2020. And I had to set it to 2019. Oi. Here. This is here. And for some reason, the chat only updated with all your messages just now. For a while, I just thought the chat was dead. And then all of a sudden, I get like 12 new messages in the chat that I can read. Or because this is like more hissy, harder H. And I'm also, now a lot of stuff is coming down the Utao pipeline for me. It's this bank, but in March I'm going to be releasing Arachne's Recluse Append, which, let me provide you with a tiny little sneak peek of this asshole. I love her, but oh my god. She can be a pain sometimes, but she's done. She's just picky. Here's what she sound like. So yeah, that's the bank I have releasing in March. It's a tri-pitch. And it's recorded at D4, B3, but that's a little lower in the prefix map because it sounded weird otherwise. D4, which is like my natural singing voice, and then A4, which is actually a falsetto pitch. And I also didn't know that it was an A4. I thought I was hitting like F4. But no, I was hitting an A4, and apparently my range has expanded a shit ton since I started recording Utaos. Because before, my range was A3 to about F4, and now it's A3, maybe G3 to A4. So I have an actual full octave of range now, yay, and I could probably go higher if I wanted to. But I'm trying to avoid straining my voice because that can cause vocal damage. And I don't want to do that for a fucking Utao bank. Yeah, don't damage your voice for Utao, kids. Don't do it. Was there any controversy in the Utao community? I'm trying to Oto my tri-pitch CVVC. Not that I've heard of. The worst thing I've heard out of the Utao community lately is just dumb shit. It's just been dumb shit on Twitter, and then there was the big V-synth drama in general with Tora V4, but nothing's really been going on. It's been very chill, which I appreciate and like, because I just want to vibe and make good voice banks. I heard that, I did hear that one person was getting some shit for releasing a Jinriki of the boyfriend from Friday Night Funkin', but here's the thing about that. That person had permission from the developer of Friday Night Funkin' as well as the composer, so it's fine. And I think that died down immediately after they showed that they had permission. And that was very short-lived controversy. almost a quarter of the way done. And then in 20 minutes I'm gonna have to get off stream so I can make dinner. And dinner's gonna be good. What's everyone's opinions on seafood? I love seafood. My dad hates it, so we rarely ever get it, so whenever I am able to have seafood, I'm hyped. Gin Rickies are very cursed. I don't know, it depends. Some of them are actually quite good. The boyfriend one is actually unironically good, and it would be a really useful tool because you can actually use that to make mod songs for a Friday night without, you know, pretty easily. And you can have, like, now you can do mod songs for Friday night with the boyfriend's vocals, which is really useful. So it's very contextual. I'm just blasting through this Oto, which is nice. I don't like spending ridiculous amounts of time on an Oto if I don't have to. If I have to, and it's not ARPAing, I'll do it. This is lay, so lay, the L is here, and this is where the A starts. Grab this fucker, pull it in. Ale, le, lee, lee. 15 minutes left in the stream before I gotta go. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to shrink those. Let's go 200, 100. Loy. I have to cut that off. Same with this. Oil. La. Oh shit. Oh, this one isn't. As a wise man once said, I'm very hungry. I wonder if live chat's fucking up again. Nope. It's just been quiet. Check on my PC. Yep. Hmm. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to turn off that. Bring this back down to the size I need it at. Alright. $60, $30. Let's go. Stick that there. Let's moo. More moo. I'm gonna bring this right blank in so that it's just looping this nice stable part here and not this garbage. That's in the right spot. Okay, so I have until next Sunday to do the Carly Rae Jepsen cover. Cool, cool. Shouldn't take too long, actually. If I can... Oh, shit. Accidentally modified the pre-utterance, even though I shouldn't do that. Come on. There we go. Five minutes before I gotta go. Thought I'd let you guys know. Muh. Oh, I should probably suffix this entire Oto. Okay, let's see. Should be in tools. Nope, not that. Change aliases. And the renaming rule is %AF4_S. There we go. Now it's properly suffixed. Alright, it's time to end the stream, I am afraid. So, goodbye.